Hey Andy, you're totally right. I have to make a video response to your video only because, if what I said spawned your video. One of the things that I had been talking about, I don't know if you know, his screen name is Zebedee55. His name is Michael. He lives in Australia. He's in Sydney. He and I were Skyping one night. I know it's something that you and I have talked about doing, and it just never kind of happened because of our schedules. But he's a bit of a night hawk, I think, and we were up. Gosh, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning for me, and just we were Skyping, video chatting, and we both said, this is really the future. When I was a kid, I don't know if you guys had the show The Jetsons. Um, Basically, it was the Flintstones, but in the future. And one of the things I always remembered on the Jetsons was the video phone. They'd get a call, and a robot would hand Judy Jetson her face, this makeup and whatever to put on. Because, God forbid, you get a phone call on a video camera and people see what you really look like. But that always seems so futuristic, this idea of video phone calls. And that's what's happening with Skype. So many of us chat online, face to face, with people from different, not just different time zones, but different countries, thousands of miles away. Michael, who's in Australia, the opposite side of the planet, um, and I can chat face to face in real time. And this seems to have just completely been ignored by the media. Yeah, they jump on things. Right now, I've noticed them all jumping on Twitter, and like you said, they don't get it. They don't get. They just make light of it. They don't understand the importance of it. Nobody seems to mention when that plane crashed in New York in the Hudson River, how the Twitter feeds, had the story before the AP did. Before the news outlets did. And I think for the first time, we all have a way of communicating that the media doesn't have that speed of business to stick with us. And I don't know if they're just shooing it under the table or what it is, because you'd think this idea of iChat or Skype or something would be more of a big deal, but it really isn't. The news outlets, they try to do this technology, like CNN had, a hologram was the big thing on election night, and that was just stupid. It was a green screen effect. It was just dumb. Um, so yeah, we're the pioneers here, and we're the ones who have this urge to meet like-minded people and communicate ideas, to share things, to just have fun and to expand our world. And it's almost like the media is just holding us back. I know you and I have discussed this, where a lot of these websites, I'll send you a link and it's not available in the UK or vice versa. I know Canada has that problem with a lot of stuff from the US. Those things make no sense anymore in this internet age. And the internet age is like the new world, and all the businessmen are old world yet, and they just don't get it. Even, you see things like MySpace and some of that stuff, it still has boundaries, and it shouldn't. The internet should not have boundaries. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes, because I agree, we are pioneers here, but it's just amazing to me that the media really hasn't acknowledged how futuristic this is. I mean, how futuristic this idea of us exchanging ideas in almost real time, or sometimes, like thanks to Skype, in real time, or thanks to Twitter. Now, tonight, I told you in my video the other day, I'm going to a tweet up. Now, this is kind of a new thing. It's like this love for technology. I don't know any of these people. It's not like a YouTube gathering where you meet other YouTubers. I don't know what most of these people look like. So this is kind of a really new thing for me, but it's a new way to network, and the power of Twitter, and I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by this ongoing dialogue, this real-time dialogue, and how you can just throw something out there and get a response and not rely on the media. And what the media doesn't want to happen, which is happening, is we have less and less time for them. If I want to be entertained, I would much rather watch like a Katie blog video or hundreds of videos on YouTube versus most of the stuff they put on the networks. Watching David Letterman last week to see U2 was God, that cat freaked me out. Watching Letterman last week to see U2 every night was painful. You realize it's just this celebrity machine, this promotion machine. I, for one, don't care about celebrity anymore. I don't care about these celebrities and sitting there telling their stupid stories. There were a few nights I missed it because I knew I'd find it online. I'd much just rather do that online and not sit through this old way of doing things. And I'm amazed at something like Letterman been going on for so long, and there's nothing new or exciting. I'd much rather see that on YouTube. So yeah, it's interesting. The future is now. When I was a kid, I always thought we'd be spending more time in space, and yet here we are in cyberspace. It kind of happened. I don't know where it's going to take us next, but they are just slow to acknowledge it. When I see Barbara Walters, talking about Twitter and not understanding tweet ups or not understanding Facebook or the power of some of these websites, I find it very sad because these people have a voice and they can spread that word. They have spread it to a lot of people. That's what I liked about Obama, is he is using things like YouTube and Twitter to get that word out. He understands this new Web 2.0 world we live in. So, yeah, the future is now. I think the media is afraid of it. And, yeah, how cool is it that we are friends because of it? We've broken this, third wall, fourth wall, whatever you call it, and actually have met face to face. Here I am wearing a I'm a Mac shirt that Mike gave us, somebody else I met breaking the fourth wall. And a lot of these friendships are very powerful things. And it's just a new way to meet people. And it's a new way for people to be social. So, yeah, there's a stigma involved with it. But I think in another 5 or 10 years, it has to go away. There's just too many of us are seeing how this is enriching our lives while the media is just lagging on. Look at the music industry. Look how they still don't get it. Look how long it takes them to release an album when fans are downloading it quicker than that, and fans just want it. And there's these old ways of thinking that just don't work with this new, quick Web 2.0 world. So I'm babbling. I need to eat lunch and then go to my tweet up, which I will put a video about that tomorrow on my other channel. So that's all for now. Hope you had a great birthday. Very interesting discussion here, and very interesting on the eve, of this tweet up for me. So that's all for now, Andy. I'll talk to you later.